The game is probably my biggest success, certainly from a creative standpoint, is a game called Fist of Awesome. And that's a game I made about 4 years ago. And so one day I realized it was the 13th of February and it was Valentine's Day the next day, and it was about 6 o'clock at night, and I'd forgotten to get my girlfriend anything at all. And I locked myself in the spare room and made a computer game in 4 hours. I made a computer game of a little pixelated version of me punching bears in the face to get to my girlfriend. But when you get to the end, it says, "Hey, happy Valentine's Day. Hope you like your present." And so I made that. I made it for the iPad and I gave it to her. And she looked at me and said, "Have you made a game for Valentine's Day?" I said, "Yes, please don't leave me. But just play it." And she played it and she had a big smile on her face. And she said, "You know what, that's not terrible." And it was at that point I knew that the world was crying out for a game about a heavily bearded man punching bears in the face. From there, I made a game called Fist of Awesome about a time-traveling lumberjack who traveled through time and space, punching bears in the face to save humanity. It was like a Streets of Rage Final Fight style game, but with weird, crappy pixel art and crudely drawn bears, which made my life easier because it's quicker to create them, but it also made my life easier for making consistency because there's only so many places you can put a pixel in an 8x8 square. I assume this is why a lot of people choose pixel art. Because it's so restricted, it actually makes it easier to develop art assets which are consistent. And it's similar to like the white stripes. They only use like 3 colors in all of their branding and stuff, but it makes it consistent and it makes it instantly recognizable. And I loved making all the art for that. It was a really kind of rewarding experience. And it meant I had a packaged game, like a commercial game, which did fairly well, like commercially and critically, that I could say, look, I can do all parts of game dev. Don't want to anymore, but I can prove I've done it. I've seen a lot of people who their very first project will be a really grand game design. It's like the ultimate game they want to make, and they never finish it. And that's part of the trickiest thing, especially in the early days, is choosing something which is small enough to be achievable to complete. It doesn't matter if what you make is good or bad, just make it and finish it. The more you finish things, the more you find it easy to create bigger and better projects.